this is Dr. Sridhar. Back to you with another video session on some numerical problems calculations of alternator, that is the three-phase synchronous generator. Let us take few basic problems for better understanding of voltage regulation and how this synchronous impedance can be calculated from OCC and SCC characteristics. So let us take a problem. The effective resistance of 2200 volts, 50 Hz, 440 kVA single phase alternator is 0.5 ohm. So of course it is a single phase alternator, three phase alternator, no matter. The procedure to calculate the regulation, voltage regulation is same. So on short circuit test, a field current of 40 amps gives the full load current of 200 amps. So full load current means here, what do you mean by that full load current? Full load, when we are going to get the full load, means that is nothing but completely the load is short circuited, means the armature is short circuited at itself. That will be the condition for full load. So means indirectly the 200 amps is nothing but the short circuited current that they have observed by adjusting the field current of 40 amps. Next one is the electromotive force on open circuit with the same field excitation. So means for the same 40 amps of current, the open circuit voltage they have observed as 1160 volts. Calculate the synchronous impedance and reactance. It is very simple one-step solution. So for the single phase alternator, since the field current is same, now that is the data actually we use to calculate the synchronous impedance. So at the same field current at 40 amps, so what is the open circuited voltage to the short circuited current? Open circuited voltage is 1160 and short circuited current is 200 amps at 40 amps is equal to, that will be the 5.8 ohm. So that is nothing but the synchronous impedance of the single phase synchronous generator. So by knowing this, you can also calculate that synchronous reactance, that is square root of Zs square minus, now that I will give the formula for better understanding also. Xs is nothing but square root of Zs square minus Ra square. So Zs square already 5.8 whole square is there. So minus 0.5 square. Already 0.5 effective resistance they have given. So which is nothing but 0.5 whole square is equal to 5.7784 ohm. So this is the synchronous reactance, and this is a method to calculate the synchronous impedance and synchronous reactance. This is a very simple problem, of course. And let us take one more problem. So here a 60 kVA 220 volts 50 Hz single phase alternator has the effective armature resistance of 0.016 ohm. Here they have given armature resistance, that is 0.016 ohm, and the armature leakage reactance of 0.07 ohm. So compute the voltage induced in the armature when the alternator is delivering rated current at a load power factor. Means they have given three different loading conditions. One is a unity power factor, 0.7 lagging, and next one is the 0.7 leading. So first let me calculate, because in the voltage regulation, now if you could observe the voltage regulation formula, so E phase is equal to square root of V phase cos pi plus IaRa whole square plus V phase sin phi plus IaXs whole square. So this is nothing but the expression for voltage regulation. So here IaRa we require and IaXs also we require, V phase we require, and in order to proceed further, first we require a current. So this is the armature current, that is nothing but the full load rated current. So already they have given 60 kVA. So 60 kVA is nothing but 60 into kilo into volt into amps. If it is divided with the voltage, then you will get the full load rated current. So 60,000 divided by the 220 volts is nothing but the 272.2. Why we have taken this 60,000 means they have given kilo. So kilo is nothing but into 1000. 60 kVA means 60,000 divided by the voltage. So you are going to get the current. So 272.2 amps is nothing but that is the rated full load current. So after getting this, let us calculate IaRa. That is Ia is already we have calculated this. Ra is nothing but 0.016 they have given. So this is the 4.3 volts. Next one is the IXL. IXL is nothing but 272.2 into XL is nothing but leakage reactance. They have given 0.07. So this is nothing but the 19 volts. So you can also draw the phasor diagram by taking the voltage as a reference axis. And please refer our previous videos of alternators and single phase transformer for better understanding of these phasor diagrams. So 0 to, this is nothing but up to voltage. And then for this, because V plus IA RA, because for unity power factor, V and IA are in the linear quantities. It means linear is nothing but the in phase quantities. Exactly, these are nothing but the phase quantities. So IARA is in phase with the voltage. So this is the voltage, and this drop will becomes IARA. So already IRA is 4.3. For 220, let us add 4.3. Then from where IXS, because it is a J into IXS, so this is in the perpendicular component. So let us extend in the upper direction, because this is a J operator, means that will rotate the quantity or vector in anti-clockwise direction by 90 degrees, and this 19 volts is the magnitude, so up to 4.3, then 19 volts, and this will be the E is nothing but that is the induced EMF. So this is the method used. This method is called as with the help of phasor diagrams determining the induced EMF per phase. Similarly, for lagging power factor also we can do it, because 0.7 lagging means you can easily calculate how much of phase angle. So this is for lagging, this is for, or otherwise this is for leading also you can take. This is for lagging case. Only the problem is here it is, we have taken the current as the reference. Instead of current, if you could take the voltage as the reference, then you can see these figures in more or simple, simpler version. So that's why let us keep this V is the 220 volts is nothing but reference. Then this would be the current, and this is nothing but cos inverse of 0.7. Then from V to IRA like this, it will be coming IARA, then J into IXS, then this will be the E. So this is nothing but the phasor diagram. It will be used to calculate the no load induced EMF. This is for lagging, and leading also you can extend the same thing. And these are nothing but, in this one, these phasor diagrams can be used to determine the no load induced EMF. That is the thing here. So this unity power factor already we have calculated there, square root of V plus IRA whole square plus V into sin pi, because this is for unity power factor, sin pi is 0. This is the this is by using the formulas. In the previous case, we have discussed about the calculation of no load induced EMF with the help of phasor diagrams. Either that method with which you people are convenient, you can follow it. So unity power factor is equal at this one. So how much of induced EMF? E is equal to square root of V plus IRA whole square plus I into XL. So just to substitute these values, we are going to get the no load induced EMF, that is 225 volts. Similarly for 0.7 lagging also. So here V cos pi, V sin pi, both the values are available for us. So 234 volts. And next one is for leading. This is nothing but 2048 volts. Now this is the formulas, or by using this we can find out that I hopefully this is 204.8. This is 204.8 volts. This is the no load induced EMFs, and this will also helpful for us to calculate the voltage regulation also. So one more problem is from the following test results, determine the voltage regulation of a 2000 volt single phase alternator delivering a current of 100 amps at unity power factor, 0.8 leading power factor, and 0.7 lagging power factor. What are the test results? So full load current of 100 amps is produced and short circuit by a field excitation of 2.5. So for the common field current is, this is 2.5, and EMF of 500 volts is produced on open circuit by the same excitation. So here we require voltage, and next one is current. So let us take the ratio between voltage to current. Then that synchronous impedance is nothing but that is the 5 ohms. So for same excitation, XS is nothing but square root of ZS square plus RA square. So this is nothing but synchronous reactance, that is 4.936 ohm. So synchronous impedance and synchronous reactance. Next one is, already we know the formulas to calculate the induced EMF, no load induced EMF per phase. Let us make use of that formulas. Then percentage regulation is 2140 minus 2000 divided by 2000 into 100. This is 7%. This is minus 9, and this is nothing but, generally for the leading power factor you will get the negative value, negative voltage regulation. for lagging power factor. Now lagging and unity power factor, more or less in majority of the cases, the voltage regulation will become positive only. So these are the methods, and these are the few problems. With the help of these few problems, we can highlight the use of these formulas and phasor diagrams to compute the voltage regulation. I hope you people have enjoyed this video session. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.